I had a lot of thoughts this weekend. Like, I don't even know where to start. I just talked to my girlfriend on the drive back that whole time about, I don't know, life, all sorts of stuff. But to preface, this whole, it's so shaky, stupid roads here. So, this weekend, I went to a retreat with my young adult group at church, and it was fun. Hung out with friends, had some good time to myself, made some good memories, and had some thought-provoking conversations and thoughts. And what I was just thinking about, what I was just thinking about and talking to my girlfriend about is like the kind of girl that you want to end up with, and I guess you could say the signs that they will or won't be a great partner for you. And just off the top of my head, I can list a few, and I can say I've personally experienced a lot of, oh my gosh, I've personally experienced a lot of these negative things, or like red flags in girls. Yeah, how about we just go slow and fast? Yeah, we'll just go like 55. That makes sense. So off the top of my head, the first ones I can think of are girls who, you know what? Bumpy roads. It's making me mad. So we'll start off with like lighter things that aren't as bad, and then work our way up. So I'll say maybe girls who are obsessed with their looks, and I've personally never been attracted to like the kind of girl who like gets their lashes done like every 2 weeks kind of thing. Like, I won't lie, I don't see a difference when girls get their lashes done versus when they don't. Maybe I'm just unobservant, which is sometimes the case. But I mean, even if they do look great, you know what I mean? Like, even if like your makeup is great, or like you're getting your lashes done like every 2 months. It's not 2 months, it's like every 2 weeks. It's like $80 every 2 weeks. It's like, you probably do look good, lashes do look good, maybe it's a girl thing, but like $80 every 2 weeks, that's basically $40 a week to have good looking eyelashes. And maybe I'm just a meathead guy, but I don't see the point. As far as looks, like, I'll be honest, like, call it advice, whatever, or just the way I am. I've always been into my looks, and I've been getting more into them lately because I've been trying to do the de-bloating method, and I think it worked, honestly. I don't look great today, but I've been like obsessed with that. And my hair, I've always obsessed over my hair. Like, it doesn't even look great today. Today was like no shower, no nothing, just threw on clothes and a hat. But I've always thought that my hair looks terrible, and I always tried to like fix it and figure it out. And girls always said they liked my hair, and I've always hated it. Like, maybe it's just me. Anyways, stuff like that, or like getting really into the way your body looks, which I do the same thing. Like, I'm really into bodybuilding, honest, that kind of comes as a precursor to that, if I'm using that word right. But well, like, all right, so all those things that I'm listing about girls like that is for the sake of saying someone who's going to be really into their looks is going to probably an insecure person. And again, about myself, sure, I have some insecurities that I actively work through, though. I don't just like let them sit there. You know, that's the way to beat your insecurities, is to outwork them. But anyways, when it comes to girls, like, this is probably going to be some deep-rooted insecurities and probably something with their parents, or like an ex-boyfriend kind of thing, where like they were mistreated, now they're like really into their looks, or like girls had a weight fluctuation, something like that. I'd say that's a red flag to look for. And number 2, I would say, is poor financial literacy or education. As in, well, I'm sounding fancy, but what I really mean is, are they going to spend all your money and throw it down the drain? And that's, honestly, I think that's an easy one to see early on, because even if you're like a teenager in high school or college, you can see people's spending habits pretty easily. Like, they tell you about like all this new stuff they got, and like, you got a new car, always going out to eat, never cooking in, like eating food at home, stuff like that. You gotta notice that stuff, because like, it's one thing to like eat out often and like nice to get new clothes, but like if it's all the time, you know, like to the point where you're like, should I like check out their like bank account now that we're into the relationship a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, is this person gonna run me out of my money, even though I have a nice paying job, but all the money went to trying to keep her happy? And there's something to be said about that too. But call that number 2. And number 3, a third sign, I would say, is, are they involved in a lot of drama all the time? Now, to preface this, I was just talking to my girlfriend about this. I like when drama's going on. Like, I think it's interesting to watch how it all unfolds, and like who did what, who said what. Like, I like watching all of it. I don't know if I like being involved in it. Like, it really depends on what it is. But like, girls especially. Girls are the ones usually involved in drama. So where I'm going with this is this girl gonna give you a headache when you get home from work? Meaning, say, this is what I picture in my head. Say I was working like a long day. I envision myself in charge of like hundreds of people in 20 years and like making some big decisions. So imagine you did that and you get home, and it could be like for anyone, any career, whatever. Imagine you do all that and you get home and your girlfriend or wife is like, oh my gosh, look what this lady said about me on Facebook, or like talking about like who said what, like who wore what, and like who's doing what with their kids, and like getting their kids stuff. I don't know, any sort of like, I don't know, family drama, whatever, stuff like that, just drama, that crap. Imagine you get home and you have a headache, you're so sick of work, you're just completely exhausted, and your girl comes up to you like talking about all that stuff. That sounds like a nightmare. Like, how do you, I don't now, and I won't in the future have the energy for that. Is that a random motorcycle on the side of the road? I think it's really an energy thing. Like how can you be like 40, I don't know, whatever, any age out of your 20s, like how can you have the energy for like drama that just does not matter? Because that's what it really comes down to. It's stuff that doesn't matter. Like you only have so much energy throughout the day. You want it to go to your work, your family, your fitness. You're probably exhausted by the end of the day. The advice that my parents always gave me was to marry your best friend, basically. And so that got me thinking, like, a lot of people who just marry for looks or like marriage because you get along and like the same things. Like, y'all, at some point, are you just dating each other because you're attracted to each other, or you get along, or you're genuinely great friends with them? Like, my girlfriend's my best friend. Like, I could talk with her about anything for hours, and she's a great listener, and so am I. And like, obviously we get along, and we're really attracted to each other too. Oh, I need to slow down time. But you see what I'm saying? Like, are they really like your best friend, or are they just your girlfriend that you get along with, So marry your best friend, or date your best friend, whatever. Ooh, I got a good one. What about, I don't know, whenever we're on, maybe like 4. What about, do they have anything genuinely interesting about their life other than their career? Because you can have a cool career and be the least interesting person on the planet. Case in point, I'm in the military, and a lot of people in the military are like this. Like, it's bad. So, it's so cringy to me when people get like really into their jobs and like make it their whole personality. Like, do you have anything else interesting about your life other than your job? Like, do you have any hobbies or anything like about your personality, your interests, Is there anything else you do outside of work that's remotely interesting? So where I'm going with that is find someone who has interesting things about their life, like, that's not drama. I'm glad I already went over the drama to explain why. Because you gotta have things to talk about with them. Like, actually, I'm gonna preface this again, or maybe it's preface, I don't know. What I really mean is, like, is this person just on their phone all the time, or is there anything interesting that they actually do with their free time? So I guess that's what you could say, like, what do they do with their free time? Like, are they just on TikTok for all their free time and then watching a movie? I've also experienced that personally. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah. Like, well, I'll be open. I hope no one finds this video, but, like, I've dated someone who was only ever on their phone, and we'd watch movies. And now that I think about it, I'm like, was there any more depth to that person? Benefit of the doubt, I'm sure there was. Didn't date long enough to see that. However, 6 months should be long enough to see some more personality, or like traits or hobbies. You know what I mean? So, is there anything more about you when you put your phone down? You know what I mean? Like, can you carry a conversation and talk about random things? Like, is there something interesting about you as a person, or the things that you're into that you can talk about? Is it like, say, like, good example, a lot of girls who are like really attractive, especially on social media, I would say, I don't know this for sure, because I've never met any like famous influencer girls or whatever, or women. But like, okay, no, here's a real example. Genuinely, the girls who are on Instagram, like, or something like TikTok, whatever, and it's their fitness account or something like that. Okay, my mind's flooding with examples of when girls have like no personalities or interesting things about their life. Go on their social media page, and if it's just like a bunch of pictures of just them, like, even if they look good, even if it's a really good picture, are they doing anything, or are they just in their room and there's multiple posts of just them in their room? If so, I don't know, man. Is there any personality there? Is there any depth to that person? I don't say that to be mean. Like, I'm just saying that to be real. Like, are you gonna have anything to talk about with the girl who's just, like, all they put on their public profile is just that they don't do anything? Like, for example, with social media isn't the end all be all. Absolutely, like, definitely not. However, it's what you're presenting to the public. It's what you're presenting to all your other friends. So wouldn't you be posting pictures of like doing stuff or being with friends like most people do? I'm about to have to run these kids over in my spot. So I stopped recording the video a couple hours ago when I got home from the drive. It was like an hour and a half total. But I got home and I cleaned and showered, ate some ramen and had a protein shake. And I was editing this video, and for one, I did not realize that that's what my voice sounded like. Yeah, it's funny. But I had more thoughts on what I was saying earlier about, like, oh yeah, like, okay, girls on social media accounts, like the ones that have like no personality. So where I was going with that is, I think that if you pull up on a girl's social media and it's like an Instagram page and it's all just like pictures of her in her room, and like she's not going out and doing anything or like with friends, then there's got to be a reason. Like, maybe she doesn't have friends. I don't know, could be in a new area, but it's usually a red flag to me. Like, maybe there's genuinely not much more to this girl than like her looks or something. And not to put any girl like that down, but for a guy, it is a bit of a red flag. Another big one is fitness goals. Like, with girls, I think it's a huge importance that, I think it's important that everyone has fitness goals and is actively in the gym and trying to get better, trying to look better, be stronger, fitter, whatever. But especially if you're, for the sake of this video, if you're trying to find a girl to make your girlfriend and wife, then look at their habits. Like, are they really progressing in the gym? Like, are they passionate about this, or is this just something they're doing right now because their friends are doing it? Are they doing this on their own? Like, do they really enjoy the process? Because that will kind of tell you what they're going to look like in the future. Because I've always been told, look at her mom, and that's what she's going to look like in 20 years. And I think that's 100% true. And sure, genetics have a play in it, but like, at the end of the day, it is hard work, and same for girls. It's what you put into it, into the gym. So find a girl who's passionate about fitness.